3, 2, 1. Do you want to start it? Hello! Welcome from the world of the internet.
Yes, we're back again. Back again. For episode, let's call it 3.5 because we did have that episode we tried, it didn't work. Of NTK with T and J.
NTK with T and J, facts that you need to know but kind of don't need to know, and some are factual but some are also made up.
Speaking of made up, we are actually talking about a very popular conspiracy theory. Which is very exciting. It's not the 5G one because sick of Corona, sick of talking about her. Johnny, would you like to let everyone know what it is?
Well, I mean, 5G can basically almost be blamed for everything apparently now, so it could even be blamed for this epic mustache that I've been growing in isolation. She is 5G. But today we're talking about the lizard people conspiracy. Or if you want to be like Heidi in closet. So we have lots of information to get through today, and we're going to go for a crisp, succinct amount of information to make sure that you know how to A, identify a lizard person, B, if you can tell if you're a lizard person, and some honorable mentions of some really epic lizard people throughout history. Boom.
So I guess for those of you who don't know what lizard people are, I feel like, what the hell are you talking about? Basically, there's this theory that they're these ancient alien demigod shape-shifting lizard people, otherwise known as Anakai, Draconians, or reptilian humanoids, who pose as powerful people and influential people to take over and control the world.
I mean, that's masterful. If you can shapeshift. I mean, I tried to, carve my cheek out with concealer, and I can't even shapeshift. So that's a pretty decent skill if you were to be a mutant. And so, what's their whole idea of wanting to be people in power? Why do they want to do that?
Boredom. I don't know.
World domination.
I guess, yeah, world domination. They probably got the taste, because the way they shapeshift is by sucking the blood of humans. So maybe they got the taste, and then just can't give it up.
I didn't know that they suck the blood of people, and we've been watching Vampire Diaries. Well, Matt has. I've been dabbling in it. So that's really interesting. I think I would taste like sweet apples.
Yeah, well, maybe that's where like the kind of folklore of vampires came from. Was lizard people. Someone saw a lizard.
Yeah, well, we're just changing history. This is where it came from. And my interpretation is to identify a lizard person. Like, if you're just wandering through Coles, getting your daily groceries, and you spot this person with this characteristic, right? They're basically a lizard person. So according to my list, someone with green eyes. Good eyesight or hearing. That's okay. I don't know how we find that out, but 3, red hair. But T's is not natural, so she's not a lizard person, although she can shapeshift. A sense of not belonging to the human race. I don't know how you would ask someone that in Coles.
Yeah, but I mean, you just... how you feeling? Feeling like you belong?
Yeah, I feel very attacked! Relax.
I mean, if they're buying spam, maybe they don't belong to the human race. I guess you could look what's in their grocery.
Groceries are... if they're a bit odd, you'd probably be like,
If we're seeing, like, chipotle sauce and, like, sugar together, I think that person's got a weird thing going on.
Weird.
Unexplained scars on the body. Interesting. A love of space. So if they get really frustrated at Coles during this coronavirus, they are clearly a lizard person.
Yeah.
And the last and final one is low blood pressure.
So they're pretty calm all the time. Pretty chill.
Yeah, I mean, if you grabbed someone's wrist and checked for their blood pressure in Coles and they were like low, like 40 beats per minute, lizard person.
Okay.
I guess it's going to be an interesting conversation to explain that to the authorities of why you grab someone to check their blood pressure, but crazy things have happened.
Like a citizen's arrest type thing?
That happened recently. Someone at citizens arrest someone.
So maybe that's why.
Maybe this is where it came from. Maybe the government is like, to stop lizard people, we're going to issue citizens arrest. We're going to make that a thing in Miami and Florida.
Yes, and then obviously one thing leads to another, and then it's on the news, but even though it's someone taking control of a lizard person, the lizard people control the media, getting their message out to the world.
And then the media controls the people, and the people are like, no freedom, and boom, we're all lizard people.
World domination.
So you've explained where lizard people come from, but do you have any iconic people who have been, I guess, discovered as lizard people?
Yeah, well, I mean, going on what Johnny was just saying about how, like, if you wanted to ask someone about if they were a lizard person, another thing you'd probably look for is mannerisms. So with some of the people that we're going to list soon, you would see some, maybe there's probably footage of them doing kind of lizardy things. Also, if they just be
like Katy Perry on MasterChef.
Yeah, or even like Donald Trump standing funny, or Mark Zuckerberg like not acting like a human kind of thing. And I mean, I guess that comes with shape-shifting and not doing your homework of what a human is.
Because apparently, on some of the videos I've seen, their eyes do this. So they go, and they have like double vision things, like they have like the lizard eyes.
Gross. Yucky.
A slip in concentration equals
just
discovery.
And that's all it takes. But on that though, I mean, some of the proof that I came across was obviously the mannerisms. But then secondly, mainly in the US, a lot of the presidents are actually related.
They're all cousins and all grandsons of John Lackland.
Ooh, tell me more.
So Obama, for example, related to George W. Bush. He's also related to Gerald Ford, Lyndon B. Johnson, Harry Truman, Winston Churchill, James Madison. Then you've got Frankie Roosevelt. He's related to 11 other presidents, but he's also related to his wife. They're like fifth cousins.
Well, I mean, that's a thing in the US. I'm joking, it's not. But it's a thing back in the day, though.
Well, that's what, as I was kind of researching, I was kind of thinking, well, I know royal families back in the day, they used to, I guess, inbreed to keep the bloodline pure, and that would totally make sense with lizard people, because the way they can stay in power is making sure other lizard people stay in power when the old lizard person dies. So it's all making sense to me.
And I mean, if you're wondering how Obama and George W. Bush can be related, girl, they shapeshift. They shapeshift. So it doesn't matter what they look like, they shapeshift, honey. They're literally the world's first drag queens.
Honestly.
This is where drag queens came from. This is RuPaul created this from lizard people.
Lizard man!
Boom. Boom. Mind blown.
Yeah, but I mean, even like if you go far back enough, you can actually show that Trump and Hillary Clinton are related. They're 19th cousins. So
19th cousins.
Yeah, just think about that.
But let's be real. Like, I mean, these facts aren't coming from Australia because I feel that we are smarter. But these facts are telling us that 12 million Americans, that's 7%. Of people believe that the lizard people exist. So if you're watching this and you're a lizard person, congratulations. I don't know where you are.
Done very well.
Very well. If you are brand new to this topic, I agree. Next time you go to Woolworths, you're going to be like, lizard people, lizard person, lizard person. Like
a press conference or the news or, you know, even a concert. Famous celebrities, like singers and stuff.
Like, because TikTok is huge now. We're finding lots of paranormal videos coming through. Now you're going to find lots of lizard people. We can't stay... they can't stay hidden forever. So this is a really good time for us to be paranormal / lizard people investigators.
My research shows that the idea of a lizard person started from a short story called A Shadow Kingdom in 1929. And then a few decades later, this dude called David Icke, who's like a celebrity conspiracy theorist, wrote a book where he interviewed some people who claimed that the royal British family were in fact reptilian humanoids, and then it kind of just exploded from there.
I guess it's kind of like Slender Man and like Candyman, but like real.
The Babadook.
The Babadook.
Babadook.
And I guess the last thing as well I want to touch base on is not everyone knows they're a lizard person. Like you just might be, you might have some of these things, you might have a couple of them, but you don't know. So during my research, I'm not sure if it's the same as you, the question was posed, am I a lizard person? And the answer was, possibly.
Possibly. Well, yeah.
How could you not get a more definitive answer than that?
Yeah, and I mean, the list that we were yelling out before, when I came across that, I was like, oh my god, am I a lizard?
Well, what other people are? I mean, we've got Katy Perry. I watched MasterChef. Apparently, she was really hard to control. She is, beautiful, so that's fine. You said that lots of the presidents were. Queen Elizabeth clearly is, because she's still alive.
Well, I mean, they think the lizard people were behind JFK, 9/11, Diana dying
Corona.
As well. Probably Corona.
Probably. I mean, now this fact of 12 million people in America is probably a little bit different now. Thank you, lizard people.
Honestly.
And I guess what I would also love us to do is to ask you that if you're watching this and you do know a lizard person, we're not asking you to adopt them in. We're just asking you to tell us where they live, what time you saw them, and their age, gender, and identity.
Yeah. And I mean, even if you wanted us to maybe film us reading A Shadow Kingdom, or maybe an excerpt from The Biggest Secret, which is David Icke's book, we can definitely do that. Just let us know.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like school library where, we'll sit down there and pull our book out and be like, check out this photo, check out this photo, this is fiction. But I mean, we're going to let you to ponder this now for a little bit, and if you have anything else to say, leave us a comment below and we'll definitely get back to you. But I think this is a nice way to segue back into our need-to-know systems, and this was very flowy, so we're going to touch upon a whole bunch of things. We've got a couple other things in the background spinning around back here that we're going to play with, so keep your eyes, ears, and noses to the grindstone. My name is Johnny.
My name is T.
And thank you so much for joining us on Need to Know with T and J.
Goodbye!
Bye!